Welcome back to the show, everybody. Mr. Pop That Things in the building. That's me, the one and only, the triple, the G-O-D. Always surrounded by my family, the squad, Joe Brandon. You. Yeah, you. Yo ass, you. You're live right here with us, right here on Team JRF TV. And yo, welcome back to the Catch a Spectacular. Because I should have been and covered this. But this is another one of those moments where I'm glad I sat and let this mellow out a little bit, because there's a lot that really needs to be understood about the Double Dragon and Kunio-kun Retro Brawler Bundle. Really, because Arc System Works ain't technically explained yet. So Uncle Triple's job to explain these things to you, because I kind of have to. Because there's a lot that really honestly needs to be understood about its transition from the Kunio-kun versus the World Collection versus what it became when we slapped Double Dragon on the front of things, when Double Dragon even wasn't an important part, but a bonus in the original Kunio-kun versus the World Collection. It's like, that was kind of like a weird red flag to me about what was going on. But there's a lot of good that has been done in this bundle, and I really want to take the time to really focus on that while sitting up here explaining some things that should be understood about whether or not you should wait for this on the sale. Should you import the Kunio-kun versus the World Classic Collection? There are a lot of factors here. So I think, and I'm going to put a keyword on think, I'm not 101% sure, Uncle Triple's got a plan, because I can do this with video help. So if I get little sis up in there, I can get some video help, and we can go through the two trailers, because there were two technical launch trailers for this. There's the short one and the long version, which we're going to actually use, as I scratch my beard here, as I explain what it is that's exactly going on with a lot of these games, especially some of the ones that have that, because there are some games that have been localized that have had fan translations before and things of that nature, and there are just other things you should just know about certain games in this collection. So here's the plan. Let's get little sis up in here, because we need this darkness illuminated. So little sis, if you can hear the sound of my voice, bring the light to the masses, baby, because we need you, girl. And there you go. So here's the trailer. So we're going to sit through the short joint. We're going to sit through the short joint that features all the games that are in the collection. And then we're going to take the long version, and we're just going to go through each of the games, and I'm going to explain it to you, because this is things that I've done in the past before. So if you've already seen that, you know what I'm saying, you'll get to see it again. And if you don't, this is the first time for everything. So with all of that being said, now activating the Double Dragon and Kunio-kun Retro Brawler Bundle. .exe 18 video games with online. You're not playing that online. It's not one player. Well, you know what I meant. Yeah, that's two player, but why would you play it online? We're going to talk about that game. This one to a less degree. This one too. And some of these games. Well, not this game, not as much. And probably one of the games on this. Maybe one of those. One of those. One very important one of those. And maybe something else. Yeah. I've got this. So. Alright. So. Here's that big giant trailer right here we were talking about. Of stuff that needs to be explained. Okay. Let's start right here with Double Dragon. Throwback classic as it is what it was. You know what I'm saying? Because here's what I know. You can play the 2-player mode online. I don't know why you wouldn't. You can. Why would you? Don't know. But they're the 2-player mode, so you can take advantage of that. So have fun playing with Jake Bryan sprites in a fighting game mode, where a game should have been actual co-op but wasn't. But I think the RPG elements and the points is what make Double Dragon on the NES so special. So there's that. So you may continue. Double Dragon 2: The Revenge. If I could quote Jeff Gerstmann right now, I would, but I won't. However, when it comes to Double Dragon 2: The Revenge and Double Dragon 3: The Sacred Stones, is there something you need to know? Now, in the Kunio-kun collection, and that's what we're going to shorten to, because I'm not saying Kunio-kun versus the World Classic Collection 50 more times while I'm talking about this. Hell no, I'm not. Is those versions and the versions that are here are actually based off the US versions of the game and not the superior Japanese version of the game, and you're wondering what I mean. In Double Dragon 2, there is no difficulty. You just play the video game. You get to fight the final boss no matter what. No Supreme Warrior bullshit, because it is bullshit. For the record, you know what I'm saying, if you're going to play a version of Double Dragon 2 The Revenge that is an arcade version, there's the TurboGrafx-16 version, or the PC Engine version, if you're more familiar with that, because it's its own thing, but it's technically the same game. I enjoy this version very much, but if you're really trying to see like another twist and turn on it, I would definitely suggest taking a look at the PC Engine version. I definitely would. I'm just putting that out there. But I just wanted to sit up here and say that the games in this collection, and also in its Japanese counterpart, are the US versions for reasons I do not get, I don't understand, and still don't. And wondering why you couldn't have a choice to switch between the Japanese and the English version of the video game, which probably would have been a preferred and better choice. You may continue. You know what? We'll pause it here, just so I can make this joke. Billy's got to go get some stones, bro. Billy got to get them stones, fam. And I'm like, here's the honest truth. You, like I said before, you don't want to play the US version of it. There is a fan translation of the Japanese version of this game. You should play that. Also, in other news, just so that we can put that out there, don't play the American version of the arcade game because it sucks. But see, the thing is, 1990 and what Double Dragon 3 represented long before Horse Armor is what it is now. Is that you can play it in MAME or in an emulator and you can quarter feed yourself to the end, but the Japanese version is still better because technically it's some weird kind of semi-sequel to the Combat Tribe, so I don't know. But again, just for the record, so that we say, play the Japanese version of this video game. Play the Japanese version of the arcade game. Stay away from anything that has this game in English. You'll be doing yourself a favor. Uncle Triple just letting you know. You may continue. Oh, look, it's my boy, Mr. K. I don't have anything much to say about Mr. K and his leather jacket now. Maybe when we get to Neketsu Kunio-kun, maybe I have something more to say. But I have nothing to say about my man, Mr. K. There are technical sequels to this game that don't have anything to do with Kunio-kun, and they all suck. So I'm glad we had this conversation. You may continue. Okay. I want to talk about this, but I think it's best left for when we get to the Japanese version, because there's something very important you should understand about when this game was released in the Japanese version, about something that this game is different now, what has nothing to do with this whatsoever. But a throwback classic indeed, and you may continue. Am I legally allowed to say anything about this video game? Am I? Yeah, I could, but anything that could be said will be saved for when me and Evil Freezilla actually play it. That's where we are right now. I'm just letting you know, I could say something about River City Ransom. There's no reason to. None. This is one of the greatest games of all time. Hold that L if you don't believe. You may continue. It took me a second to pause it, but yeah, we're actually going to be talking about this game a bit later. We are. We're going to talk about this game because there are some subtle differences between what Crash and the Boy Street Challenge is versus what the Long Distance Gold Medal is not. We'll talk about that. But for right now, you know what I'm saying, I will put this plug up. Me and Evil Freezilla did play the fight mode a long time ago in an episode of the Battle Chronicles. And if I cared, I'll leave a link in the description. But you can find it in the Battle Chronicles playlist or whatever. So I'm just letting you know that's what it is. You may continue. Okay. Do we want to talk about this now. We can. We probably should. Well, yeah, we should definitely talk about this for this reason. Nothing is what it is without this game's existence. That's it. What you are looking at this screen is really crazy of understanding the two characters who are on the screen. I really wish we would have got the rest of the 3DS remakes because I really think that Riki Densetsu was a thing we missed out on in America. It sucks. I was able to get my hands on it, you know what I'm saying, have it on my Japanese 3DS. Happy as a clam. I'm glad this is the screen they decided to use because you got the two homies who ain't homies yet, but, you know, my boy's getting beat up, gotta get on this motorcycle and whoop a fool's ass! Just like that. This is Neketsu Koyaku Yoko. We're gonna get the hell out of here now. Oh no, my face. Oh no, we're gonna trade these blows, homie. Okay. I'm glad we're here now. Because I've been waiting to get here for quite a while now. Seriously, no bullshit. Been waiting to get here. Let Uncle Triple tell you why. See, in that whole Kunio-kun Classics Collection thing that we talked about earlier, the pre-order bonus for the game was the version, which actually this is great because this featured this, is that features I can't even talk right now. Hanazano High, which is the team that is opposite on this screen right here, which is Riki, you know what I'm saying? So even given that all the games have been localized, we saw that in the last trailer, is that it was weirdly surprising that this game, that for all the localization work they did and all the stuff they did to spruce it up for this version, that the Hanazano High version wasn't even included. No one talked about it. We just released this game pretending it doesn't exist, and it's some Japanese exclusive now. At this juncture, good luck finding a code. So that should be a fun way to spend your day on there on Yahoo Auctions. Please, you may continue. Damn. You the one. I was gonna let it play, but I won't do that. You know what this game is. But now you see it in a way that you've never seen it before. Also play the PC Engine version. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's at least one more time I get to say that in here. But, you know, play the PC Engine version. Other than that, you are very familiar with this. It's going to be good that Kunio and Riki aren't wearing jeans. You know what I'm saying? They ain't wearing school. They wearing their school outfits. Bug nigga here, smack a hoe, shoot the club up. You may continue. The only thing I can say about this is when you get the opportunity, play the Sega Genesis version because that is a thing that exists. Just letting you know, play the Sega Genesis version. Like, it was a very rarity for Kunio games to be on the Mega Drive, so get a chance to play. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do. Yeah, it's like it's the dodgeball team playing soccer, which is the plot of the game. But, you know, like I said, play the Sega Genesis version. Do that. Other than that, you may continue. Goal! Okay. So, you know, recently on the channel a while back that for the last couple of years, we've been talking about a lot of Kunio-kun games. One of the earliest remakes of games when it came out on PS3 was a remake of this game. That is really all you really need to know about this. That the sequel we'll be seeing later is, yes, the second game, which is what Crash and the Boys was ultimately translated into. So I just want to just let you know that, and you know what it is. You may continue. Play this on the PC Engine. See, I told you I was gonna get another chance to say play it on the PC Engine. This is where we say it because you can play this on the PC Engine. Just letting you know. Other than that, I remember hearing a rumor a long time ago that long before this localization of it, that there were plans to localize this version somehow. I heard that as a rumor. I don't think there is no credence to it, but there are remakes of this game and actual remakes of spin-offs of this game. You remember the Magical game that came out a couple of years ago? It is technically the sequel spin-off to that game. So, putting that all together when you get Hot Dog Ding Dongs and all that. But I'm like, when I first played this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I played this with a translation guide like forever ago. So it's like, finally being able to see this localized in this way, even though there is a great French translation of this game, which if you gotta play it, that's the way I suggest you play it. But it's good to have this legally on something. So it is that. And you gotta love that the sequel to River City Ransom is a technical play, which is, kind of a nod to Super Mario Brothers 3 if you really want to get technical with it. But you know what to do. You may continue. Neketsu Hockey Slip and Slide Madness. Crashing the Boys Ice Challenge. That should have just been a secret alternate ROM in here. Just relocalize it and Crashing the Boys Ice Challenge. Why they didn't do that, I don't know. Complete, utterly missed thing to do. But yo, it's hockey now, son. I'm like, I really appreciate this as a hockey game, and as someone who was a fan of hockey at some point, you know what I'm saying? Like, 2-on-2 ice challenge, you know what I'm saying? By your folks in Midway, you should play that. That game is fucking dope. Also, anything with the name Wayne Gretzky on the Nintendo 64 is pretty good. Also, that arcade game pretty dope. So, just letting you know what it is, and you may continue. Damn, hit him! Bust his head. He died. Surprise! Neketsu New Records, the distant gold medal. This is what Crashing the Boys was based off of. If you go back and go watch that episode of the Battle Chronicles, like I told you to, if that street corner was this, and this actually is a judo match technically, even though, because I've kind of seen this trailer. Watch this. No, seriously, watch this. Fireball Spiker! God, I love that move, man. Fireball spike. That move is so dumb. So dumb. Just so dumb. But, yeah. Continue. Actually, rewind it 5 seconds before we get to that thing I've been waiting for. There are some subtle differences between this and Crashing the Boys. Play both, see what it is, but since this is now localized, this will probably be your preferred version. Just putting it out there because there are things that, and I discussed that in that video too, about robots and shading of plots and the axing of characters, mainly important characters named Ricky, but we're not going to get into that, okay? We're not. So, one more time for the, actually, you know what? One more time for the hood. Kunio, get it! Fireball Spiker! I feel better. Oh, yeah. NKD, or now localized as Neketsu Fighting Legend. I am interested to play this game online with people because I'm like, there is a lot to NKD, and I'm gonna call it that because I'm not gonna sit up here. I can't call it Neketsu Fighting Legend. It's Neketsu Kato Densetsu to me, damn it. Okay, you pal, really no bullshit. Okay. But seriously, there is a lot to this game that definitely read a couple walkthroughs of this game. Learn that even what you name yourself matter. You know what I'm saying? But even given that, it's a great 4-player experience. You know what I'm saying? A lot of what the Battle Kunio games now take their cues from this and also from the Distant Gold Medal. So I'm like, yo, these are great games. And I'm like, if anybody hasn't played NKD before, you have an opportunity now. There are plenty of PC versions and stuff that fans have done over the years that you should also check out if you are definitely interested in this and you think this is dope. So we may continue. I made a mistake. This is the game that's on the Mega Drive, not the other soccer game we saw earlier. This is the version that got ported up to the Sega Genesis. So I made that mistake. My bad. I forgot there are 2 soccer games on this thing, and this is the one that is on the Mega Drive. That first one is an equivalent to a soccer game you may know on Nintendo. So we're gonna keep that to ourselves because that game isn't technically it technically is that game, but they didn't include the Nintendo version of it, which is World Cup Soccer, as you know. But yeah, this is the one that's on Sega Genesis. So, dear past me, you should have known there were two soccer games because you love this franchise the way you do. Oops, our bad. Sincerely yours, me. You may continue. Continue. Better. Niketsu Street Basketball, all out to dunk heroes. They got 3 fucking baskets, man. I can't say nothing else about this video game. Literally, literally, this is like Rock and Jock B-Ball before MTV thought of it. MTV stole the idea from a Japanese video game. That's your fun fact for today. And I don't even know if it's a fact. We just gonna own it. 3 baskets. I don't even know if this clip is even going to show that there are 3 baskets, but spoiler alert, bro, you can score a whole bunch of points if you hit the basket all the way up, because if it go all the way in and go all the way in, lots of points. This game is really ass backwards, and I don't know, is it one of those things of Japanese people at the time didn't understand basketball? Shout out to Konami and Punk Shot. No, that's a game you should probably go and play. I'm just putting it out there. Like one of the greatest Neo Geo games of all time, that Street Hoop. In the court now. I ain't even finna get started, but seriously. Yo, I'm like, when I played this, I thought it was kind of fun, but if I want basketball, there's this magical thing called NBA Jam. So I'm just gonna stick to that, but you may continue. Okay, so we don't see all 3 baskets. So. And that's all the games. Those are all the games. Just like that. That was a lot longer than I thought it would be. Sis, thank you very much. See, I'm glad I got a chance to sit down and like go through all 18 games with you and explain to you what was going on. Yeah, I got one soccer game confused with another. But yeah, World Cup is not on here because they'd have to go holler at Nintendo about that, even though technically it was produced by Technos, published by Nintendo. But if they really want to get around that. Now, what I find weird though, if they sit up here including all this, I'm wondering like why Super Spike B-Ball wasn't included. You know what I'm saying? Like, I find that kind of weird because I would love to see a hack that unlocks the lady players and things like that. Like, I keep a save state with that unlocked at all times because I think that's the kind of dope thing that got left on the cutting floor and things like that. There were things they could have done. It's like I really appreciate, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I have my experience with the Kunio-kun collection is you can like fix things that like Nintendo stuff that ain't Nintendo stuff no more and all that type of stuff. I still think not having a horizontal high version included in this and trying to localize it because all it is just you just get to play as Ricky's team instead of Kunio's, and I'm like, that took 2 seconds, but what do I know? They didn't have it as a pre-order bonus, nothing happened, I don't know. It just is what it is. So that's that. Speaking of what is that, and that is that. We have got plenty of more show for you. Bang, bang, finger guns, bang. Just like that. Look, we got plenty of more show for you. Like, we still in the middle of the Catch a Spectacular because we got what you need. So I'm glad, this mini episode of Triple Guide explains it all. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting you know what it is you need to know. Because the thing is, and I'm going to be legitimately honest, I do not know if this is worth $40. That's just me. As someone who already owns this collection technically already digitally, I don't know if I'm ready to pay $40. On top of that, something that I should have mentioned at the top of this when we were talking about Double Dragon, the 3 Double Dragon games are going to be split off and released on Xbox separately. So if you're like one of the 2 people in the whole world who still gives a damn about achievements, these games have save states. So, glitch out Double Dragon 1. You have to, from what I understand, you have to beat Double Dragon 2 on all 3 difficulties, which makes 0 sense to me whatsoever. You would hope for all the achievement heads that you just play on Supreme Master and you get all of them, but we'll find out whenever it is that they release them. Double Dragon 3, the less said about Bimmy the better, because, if you're playing the US version, it's sad for you. Something that you got 3 on the NES and break shit, but I didn't say any of that, okay? I didn't say that. You didn't hear me, and you cannot prove it. Can't do it. Don't. Alright? Richard, don't do it. But seriously, we have got plenty of more show for you. Still in the middle of the Catch a Spectacular. And speaking of, who bring you this Catch a Spectacular? Me, your host with the most, the one and only triple the G-O-D, live right here on Team GRF TV, a.k.a. Mr. C-R-A-C-K-C-O-C-A-I-N-D, hashtag entertainment's #1 dope man. And of course, I am the baddest monster in existence. And don't you ever forget it. Always holding down my six, my man in green, Squish Murder, got the squad with him, the congregation, may they indeed be praised, holding it down. The lady array who got your knobs working, Janine, Bessie, Magdalene, and of course Miss Marcy. The ones, the twos, the threes, and the fours, holding it down. Crimple, throw them dubs up, you know we do, we stay winning. It's what it is. Yo, hit that subscribe button, hit them bells. Check out all the social media links down below. Leave a comment, thumbs up if you like it, thumb down if you didn't. Flip it, you know what I'm saying? Do whatever it is you got to do. And yo, if you want to support the show with your cash money, we got the PayPal link for you. And of course, you can join us on the Patreon because my main man Ryan Bomber and my boy Young Moneyback, my boy Drew was really good, fam. Holding me down on the Patreon tip. Always appreciate the love. Indeedly so. Look, we got more show. We do. I'm glad I got a chance to take a couple of minutes to talk about this thing that I'm really passionate about because I love me some Kunio Goon and Double Dragon too, you know what I'm saying? Warm hugs and violence all over, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad I was able to get the opportunity to let this thing sit out and be able to take a couple of minutes and really explain to you, like, what these games are and if you should purchase this thing if you wait for a sale. Right now, my thing is, if you need to get on this, go ahead and get it. You ain't gonna hurt waiting for a sale because the more important question you should be asking yourself is that the question that I'm asking myself now. I'm still getting this. So if you are like a completist and you want to like own things and put things on the shelf for whatever or have it digitally in your digital collection, I think that you know that waiting for a sale for the Kunio Kun Classic Collection over there overseas, you know what I'm saying? Like waiting for that collection is that do that. You know what I'm saying, Joe? You can have the contrast of one or the other. There aren't a lot of differences between the two, but it's a cool thing to own. And it's like, when I get the opportunity to, once I get my hands on this, I would love to show you guys the Hanazano High version. So, you know, if y'all want to see that, man, let me know. I got what you need. So, with that being said, plenty of more show for you. Finger guns, rolling offs, stuff and things. We got it. And we'll have more for you right after these commercial messages. Now, the one other thing I will touch on before we get up out of here, just on some end stuff. Yeah, people had questions about where the arcade version, Super Nintendo games, things of that nature. Maybe a sequel bundle. Maybe you buy this. Maybe they'll let you play the Neo Geo version of Dodgeball Online. Cause that game is crack cocaine. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still need to sit down and play River City Girls and also play Stay Cool Kobayashi-san. So be staying tuned to the channel when we actually do playthroughs of all of those. But yeah, more show for all of y'all right after these commercial messages.